A lot of Christians go to church on Sunday, read their Bible, speak in tongues, but by the time they get to work, they have a different whole personality. It shouldn't be that way. We're either for God or we're not for God. So if you're going to be for God, your whole life should be like that. I was not born that way as well. I learned, I got better, I fell along the way, I got picked up by God's mercy, and I got better. And I just thought it was just my mission to actually be able to help genuine Christians that are willing to work on themselves and get better. My name is SeunBDsCorner. I come on here on IG Live and talking about how to navigate early years of your career the kingdom way, where we talk about a number of Bible related characters and features that would help us to get better, right, and also know how to navigate our way around. In the last quarter, we were talking about the reasons, and we talked about a number of reasons why, and we talked about the reasons why. We talked about appreciation, we talked about thanksgiving, we talked about disrespect, we talked about faith, we talked about not tracking and the importance of writing. We talked about not asking for feedback. That's one of the reasons why you're not able to navigate. We talked about a number of things, right? So please go and watch. Today ushers us into another quarter. I don't have a word for this quarter yet because again I lost track that we're actually entering a new quarter. So I've not asked God what we're talking about. But what I'll just almost do is just share how my own journey has been career-wise. I'm just going to talk about some of the things that I'm also learning and I'm struggling with as well. Because like I said, I am nowhere perfect, right? This is a work in progress for me as well. One of the things that I usually do is I write a lot. One of the things that has helped me so far to navigate my own career journeys, that I write a lot. One of the things I also realized that I forget things. So before AI came about, and even though AI is still about, I'm still a big writer. So I think also because of the fact that I also create journals and I create templates and I put them on my Seller platform. So if you go to the link on my bio, you see a milkshake link there. Just click there. All of the links from my different digital footprints are just aggregated into one space. So you can click there and you can have a look. So one of the things that I realized that helps me is that I write a lot, and writing helps me mentally as well. And mentally in the sense of when I write, I feel like there's a sense of relief. So I write a lot. I was showing one of my mentees yesterday who came over about how much I write, and I don't think the book that I wrote things 3 times. I wrote one things 3 times. So this is my Q3 journal. I call it like my own sprint to work, because work in sprint journal. So what I wrote in the initial book, in the initial A4 book, was I actually wrote like all the things, like brain dump. I call it brain dump, right? It's going to be in one of the templates, one of the journals that I'll be designing or completely designing and make that available to sell as well. So shout out to the customers and all the people that support me and buy from SeunBD journals on Seller. You're doing well. And please take a picture, talk more about us as well. So I write a lot. I don't know if you can see this. I write a lot. It helps me. So this is like my July brain dump. So it's like almost 4 pages, but on an A4 page, and an A4 page, it's just one, because I change. Let me show you what I do. Sorry, that's so instead of writing like this, I write like this. So I just do brain dump. So I write like work, personal, and then if there's a spillover, I just write errands. So it helps me a lot, because then what that means is every week or on Sundays when I can just flick through and be like, what have I done and what have I done? So I write a lot and it helps me. So even every week, so you can see this, I write that. So I have a weekly plan. So these templates that I created and I sell, I also use them as well, right? But I like this. I like all of this, right? So if you look at the back, I'm trying to see how it looks like on the camera. I don't think it's so cute, but hey. So if you look at this, I have I'll take a picture and do an overlay for YouTube. So guys, you have to go and watch the YouTube. So I have the weekly one where I can see what I want to do for the week, and at the back I have the must complete, the carry over, things that I carried over from last week into this week, and then things that I have to do. I don't finish them, but it's clear. I know that week I was lazy and all of that. Then I have things that I have to schedule. Then I have things that I have to almost delegate. So what can I delegate to someone else to help me do, or what can I delegate to AI to help me do as well, that it doesn't have to be me that is, physically using brain power to do it. What this does for me is it really helps me a lot to keep track of where I am and how I'm falling apart as well. And it also may often to be like, okay, you know what, this night I have to clear this out. This is ridiculous. Now this has been hanging on for, because I've written it. I'm like, what's going on, right? It helps me. So I write a lot, and honestly, it has helped me at that as well. Now you might be wondering, this is my personal one. I also have one for work. This was not designed by me, just FYI. This was not designed by me. This was one that I really saw at Miniso and I bought. So what this does for me is this, I'll tell you. So at work we do something called OKRs and key performance indicator, in terms of how it's your business monitors your performance for the year or for the quarter. So my boss does that. So when my boss does that, I now write out like all the different things that I want to do in terms of campaign, in terms of strategy, in terms of partnership, in terms of whatever it is, or even support, or how I manage my team. I write that together, I share with her, she gives me a feedback. I now also call that brain dump. I have it in my old notes. I can see that note over there. I have it in my old notes. So whenever there is like a new quarter or a new spin, I like to just start afresh. I don't like, I'm finicky like that. Sorry. I'm very finicky like that, right? So this is like work's own. So this quarter, this is this two that I'm going to be using. So it took me a while. This is a thing. I would spend time doing this than editing a video. That's an extra, because this helps me. It helps me. So for this one, I'd done the brain dump. I'd shared it with my boss as well, things that I want to achieve in the next 60 days. So what I actually wanted to do is I'm going to be printing it out. I wrote it out, of course, so I'm going to print it out, then I'm going to stick it here. So because this one has like, I don't have this for SeunBD, but I'm going to be designing something like this, similar to this one, exactly this. This is not so great, not so useful. I'll use it, but I just thought I bought it, so I have to use it, unfortunately, right? So this one's going to be like every day, because again, for work, so that I can actually do a time block. I'll take pictures of all of these things, so help me God, and then just put and remember and all of that. So that would also keep me accountable for work. I write a lot and I keep track. I also use my calendar. Number two, I use my calendar a lot at work. The reason for doing that, using my calendar a lot, is because whenever, like, we just completed a season of OKR at work, whenever it's time, it is so easy for you to forget, and that's why I also write. So it is so easy for you to forget the people that you had meeting with, the events that you did, the reports that you created, because you didn't put time blocker, you didn't even create a task on your calendar. You would forget, especially where I work with it, which is very agile. It's very agile, very fast. Like how we're in 6 months in the year, it's so quick, but we were just in Ghana like yesterday. So you can actually forget. So I use my calendar a lot. So even if it's just a quick conversation, a quick 15 minutes, I'll write it a quick 15 minutes, and I'll write the name of why we're meeting in 15 minutes, not just create a thing. So when people even send me emails and I like, and then put the link to the meeting in the email, I'm like, no, go and block my calendar. The reason for that is because, one, I do a lot of things. Like I do multiple things, whether at work, my personal life, as a wife, as a mom, and as everything. I do a lot of things, so I can easily forget, not because I want to. So I can just actually get engrossed in something. Maybe I'm in a focus mode and I forgot that I had to do a meeting. But when you almost put it in my calendar, my work calendar is intertwined with my personal calendar. I stick to my calendar a lot, and I use a lot of reminder, because I don't want to forget. I don't want to miss out important and key things as well. Writing, calendar. The third thing that I do also a lot is I try to make time for fun things at work. I throw jokes. If we can hang out, if it's a quiet time, I hang out with my own team, or I just go into my boss's office and be like, what's going on, how are you, like, how is work, what's going on now. Just try and do a chit chat, because what I also find out is that it's so easy to get lost in a circle where you're just going back and forth and you just walk. Oh, you're just talking about with work. So I also try to find out what's going on with people that report to me, like, how are you, how's your girlfriend, or if I don't want to ask how's your girlfriend, so I'm adjusting my wig, but I don't want to ask how's your girlfriend directly, there's a way I'll do it, just so that that yes, it's work, but I'm also concerned about you as well. Or sometimes that number 3 is just, or sometimes I just buy everyone lunch, not because I can afford it, but when I say the lunch is snacks or puff puff or buns. Buns is an expensive thing in this Nigeria that we're in, right? What that just does, it just makes people a little bit relaxed, and it's not always tense, because you can actually get people too tense. And shout out to Mr. Abeko that I kind of learned that from as well, right? So shout out to you, sir. So I realized that also helps as well. And then sometimes I intentionally do not actually buzz anyone. This is true on number 3. Do not buzz anyone during the weekend. Oh, and it can be hard. So I'll just be writing it somewhere. I'll just write it somewhere. By Monday morning, 8 o'clock, you just be saying bang, 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 because it's an intentional effort. And what that also allows people to realize is that you respect their time. You respect their weekend. Especially when people are working every weekend, it can be hard. Every weekend, free them. You too, do what you can, and just let them rest. So I do that a lot. So that's something that has helped me. Number 4 is ask questions. I don't assume. I do not assume. I do not think. We need to understand, you are paid to be a problem solver, right? You're not paid to think for your boss, or I thought you will, didn't you, because you did that last quarter, I thought that's what you'll be doing again. I don't assume, I don't think, I ask directly, I re-ask, and I double ask before I take an action. I ask, I don't assume, because things change, especially with technology nowadays. Things change. You might just assume that somebody what they told us last week, that's what he told me on Monday. Today is Wednesday. A lot of things could have changed. Dollar could have dropped, somebody could have been robbed, a house could have been sold, a new app could have come out, an update could have come, somebody could have been sacked, and somebody else could have been replaced. A lot of things happen. So you cannot sit down on an information that was 24 hours ago and assume that is what you're working with. If your timeline is a week or 3 days or 4 weeks, there's nothing wrong with checking it. There is nothing wrong in saying, you gave me a tax, although you said it was due tomorrow, but let me just show you what I have been doing so far, so you can just take a look and you can just add your comments, but I will be done by tomorrow. Or just let me know what you prefer. Right? Because what that happens is, not because they gave you a tax, you now go quiet, long silence, and then you now come back, just shop on the day of the tax, and I say take. Things could have changed. Your manager could have also forgotten to bring you up to speed, because a lot of things are happening. A lot. Your manager is going through a lot. Not only you, right? Because maybe your manager is inside one car and they are all right, so they should know. They don't know, they've forgotten. It's when it is due for that tax that they've given you, they'll be like, I actually gave this tax to someone. Where is that person? Do you understand? So I ask a lot of questions. I check in. I do a lot of checking. If I don't check in with other people, it's just because maybe their impact to my work is not so severe, so I might not do a lot of checking. But for people that their work or their department or their segment adds to the success of my own overall goal or of my own overall thing, I would check in with them. And then when I hear or when I see, if I just see one DM or one comment that has to do with that person's department, but obviously it's from my own platform or my own, I would inform them quickly, like, let's address it quickly, and what's going on, do you know what's there? So I check in a lot. I check in. Don't just sit down in your silo. One of the mistakes that I made at my early careers was I sat down with my own bubbles. I'm just in marketing, it is not my business. Finance should just do their thing. Admin should just do their thing. HR should just do their thing. This person should just do their thing. When me, I'm done. No, because the thing is, if admin does not even know what you're working on, they might not even know the visitor you're expecting, or how to even treat your visitor at the reception in a nice way. If customer service does not even have a clue of what marketing is working on, when they are receiving calls or when they're answering queries, they are not able to give them an up-to-date information. They're not able to give them a live and direct information. And meanwhile, they are going to wait to the next team all hands, maybe weekly meeting, bi-weekly meeting, and then start mentioning things that could have been said and brought to your attention immediately. Because one, you refuse to check in. Two, you refuse to find out what is even going on there. You refuse to even, sit with them and have lunch with them because you're too good for your own shoes. So I do a lot of checking, and I learned it the bad way. It burnt, and then that's why I was like, okay, you know what, I actually cannot be sat down. And actually for the department that I work out of, which is marketing is like operations. Like marketing, you are in finance, you are in sales, you are in partnership, you are in the whole process, you are in the whole customer journey, consumer, you're in the whole process. So you can almost say, oh, because I've just been told to move this paper from here to here, that is all that I'm doing. You have forgotten that if the quality of the paper that you're moving from here to here drops, it could affect the person that is picking up the paper from there. If the person that is dropping the paper for you to pick up gives you 2 minutes late, it could affect when you are also dropping the paper. It doesn't mean that, oh, it's that person's fault. At that point in time, it is you that was supposed to. So there's so many things. You have to be interested. Oh, you that you're dropping the paper, where do you even come from? How do you even get the stuff that makes the paper that I pick up and pick from here to there? I used to do that as well. Like, that's none of my business. I've just been told to move this from this to this. So whatever happens afterwards, me, I have delivered my own and I'm moving forward. It's a big mistake. It's a big mistake. You're just being short-sighted as well. Short-sightedness, which leads me to number 6. The things that I learned, and I'm still learning as well, is short-sightedness is a big disease, and I see a lot of young people doing that thing. The world is going towards looking for problem solution. You're gonna earn more when you're gonna get more business. You're gonna get favored. You're gonna get people loving up to you when they see you as a problem solution. You have to be able to see problem as a problem solver. As a problem solver, you have to be able to see a challenge and look for how it will benefit your business or what you're about to do. Let me say that again, and I hope whoever catches this, catch this. So you see a problem, rather than dwelling too much on the problem, you should just snap out of the problem and be like, how can this problem be something that would create a pathway for a better solution or a better reward for what I'm trying to do, for where I'm heading to, and all of that. We don't do that. We just think, oh, this problem, oh, there's no lights, oh, there's no lights, oh, they've taken lights since yesterday, oh God, they've taken lights, it's not new. What are you about to do with that? Are you about to go to a workspace? Are you about to go and sleep in a friend's house who lives in a service apartment? But you just make sure that when you're going to that person's house, you're buying water, so that it's not as if they're just coming to use their lights. You're like, oh, it's my guy, it's my guy. They like, buy water, buy fruits on your way there. Right? What are you doing about the issue? Are you also going to now extend that problem to be somebody else's problem? Are you going to make that to be a whole reason why you're not able to deliver? What solution are you going to prefer? Even if you're going to escalate that problem to a manager, to a team lead, are you going again to massage the problem? Or are you going to say, look, I see this problem, but look, these are the options that I've come up with that we can use in overcoming that problem, creating a solution. What do you think? Or are you passing the problem to somebody else? That person already has a list of other problems that they are dealing with. So if they see you and they see problem, they don't want to see you. But if they see you and you're coming with solution, they would always see you and be happy to talk to you. So you have to always learn how to see a bigger picture from a problem, and that is what we call nowadays agile. You must be agile. You must be very fluid. Be very quick to adapt. Be very quick to, oh, the business said they were going to do this yesterday. Today they said they're not doing. Okay, what is the next step? Are you going to be like, what? No, what is this? How dare them? Oh, and you're going to soak in it. It's okay to be in your feelings for a minute. You must always label how you feel. Give it a name. Give it that few minutes. Don't dwell on it. What I find a lot of young people, and that's where the challenge comes, is I'm not part of you people, so let me not say we. They dwell on it. Me, I dwell on it quick, 2 minutes, and I just choke the person's neck that I know that person should be able to find. I make somebody else's problem. That person needs to find a solution to it. I choke them, and I'm like, oh yeah, what's your update? And I follow. If it's something that I have to be the problem solver, I just have to and create a solution, because at the end of the day, it is a problem. I'm the one that is the stakeholder for that person or for that relationship. I have to fix it. A lot of young people don't want to fix it. They want to just be like, oh my God, the world is ending, and they don't want to run away. You cannot run away from it. What a lot of businesses and career places and CEOs and founders are looking for are solution specialists. You might not even be able to use AI, but you can be like, don't worry, let me take care of that. You go and find a solution to it. You go and find how to fix it. That is what they're looking for. Long and short, these are the things that I have had to learn. 6 things that I have had to learn. I learned along my journey. Learn from watching people. Learn from watching videos. Learn from listening. Learn from watching a lot of series as well. I'm going to share a short video on the series that I watch, and I think that you should watch. I was having that conversation with Bajide the other day that, you know what, all of this series that we actually watch, I think they've actually helped us to become informed and better leaders as well. So yes, the Holy Spirit is there. There's a God factor. There is the Bible. There are things that we read, that, you know, there is the altar that we keep burning for our workspace. There are prayers that we pray for our bosses, and even the things that we do. How many people even try to give us back the accolades, we return the glory back to God? Because even, you know, if it's not a godly if it's not a God-centric platform, we still make sure we sleep in that. It's not me, it's my divine God, my divine maker. We still make it clear that it is not up to us, right? Those go without saying. Those are just what we call BAU, business as usual. If you're on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, and also when you're done watching, just let me know what you took out. Go and also watch some of the replays of previous videos as well, so that you can just, you know, almost get a bigger picture. If you don't follow me on LinkedIn, you find me on LinkedIn. It's SeunBDsCorner, and you can see my trackable work experience. I didn't just wake up and came out of the blue, or I'm not a trust fund baby. I live that identity. I used to carry water on my head and all of that story. So I'm grateful for God's mercy for where I am.